Hello.
Hello. Hi. So I love that there's now a rush to get in here and say first, second.
I love it too.
It just
I
makes
mean,
me happy.
maybe one day it won't be our husbands or mothers, but that's
Maybe.
fine.
Maybe. For some reason, I think it's probably Eric that said first that says Facebook
I
user
know, I
because
don't
last
know
time
why.
it said, I wonder, I don't know.
I know, it
But
never comes up properly for Eric, it just says Facebook user. Maybe
yeah,
he's trying to be secretive,
go
but that's
forth. Go forth and prosper, Jason.
yes. How is everyone this
Yeah.
week? This nice
Welcome.
Thursday?
I feel like I'm still recovering from True Crime Podcast Festival. I just can't gain my oomph back any I'm just still
I'm at my
tired.
own back since
Yeah.
Monday. I've been rocking and rolling on things. I think it was that hydration IV that really put me in a very chipper mood.
Yeah. Do you still have your bruise?
I do. Hold on. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
there's that
Look,
one.
mine's going down my arm now.
Oh gosh, it is.
Yeah. It was so great to see you too, Jason.
Yes. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
So many
really just
amazing
gonna
people there.
decompress everything that happened at True Crime Podcast Festival for all those that missed out on
Yes,
the massive amount of fun that we had.
we did have a lot. We got to meet Lou in person, first time ever
Mhm.
for both of us,
Mhm.
which I was shocked at that Whitney had not met her.
We did real estate together in Wichita Falls, but just because you do business together doesn't mean you ever see each other
Yeah,
in person. Or we never even really had any deals together. It was just we worked in the same industry. So
yeah, and
yeah.
and you guys all kind of know each other. They're like the real estate in Wichita Falls.
Mhm. It was a tight knit community, is a tight knit community. I'm just no longer a part of
Whitney's
it.
like, "I left, so it fell apart." And they
Yes.
all went their own
Yes.
ways.
I was the glue. Sorry, guys. Not really. So we had a good time. We got in Thursday up there for True Crime Podcast Festival. I took my peoples to Texas de Brazil because it's my favorite place to eat on the
Yeah,
planet. And
so delicious.
it was so good. Worth it 100%. Then what did we do after that?
Oh
Went back
my
to
god,
ladies?
it feels like forever ago.
It
1 week
does.
ago, where were we at this time? Did we
We
go to we
were
did go to Lainey's.
yeah, we stuffed bags with Lainey,
Yeah,
Brandon from Southern Gothic, which we need to have him on.
we do
He's an
need to have him on.
interesting I love his, like, view of life.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, real chill.
Mhm.
He was packing some bags right along with us.
Right along with the women. What?
Yes. Eric stole the stickers, so he only had to put in stickers while we had to do, like, flyers that were a little bit more difficult, so he was
Mhm.
quickster.
He did get a little heavy-handed early on in the stickers, and we had to kind of, like,
Roll
slow
them
him
back.
down.
Yes.
Yep.
But it was good times, had a couple
Mhm.
of drinks, sat
Yep.
around just chit-chatting about everything that was going on in everyone's life from since the
Mhm.
last time we were together.
Yeah, some of those people we hadn't seen in over a year.
Yeah, yeah, or it was, like, over a year, but that was the very first time we met them, which is
Mhm.
weird because I feel like we've known them forever.
It is a very strange sensation because you especially I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way with the pandemic that you meet these people behind a screen and you're in these same groups, you're talking about all these same things, you have same interests, but then when you meet people in person, it's a whole different feeling.
Yes, yes, but it's like you have known
Mhm.
them forever.
It's very much like you have a high school best friend, you don't talk for a few years, and then you see them at like a reunion and you just pick things up like you had never missed any time at all. It's that same kind of camaraderie.
I agree.
Camaraderie? Is that a right word?
Sounds good to me.
Hmm, okay.
Yeah, good time. So we were not out late Thursday night. I think we're in our room
Y'all
in bed by 11 PM.
y'all would be so proud.
Yes. And then
Mhm.
Friday, I can't remember Friday.
Went to Target.
Oh, we did go to Target first
Mhm.
thing. That's
We
right.
did. And then what else did we do on Friday? We just hung around. Oh, that's when we got our IVs. We
Oh,
hung
yeah,
around the hotel. We got the room set up, all the labels out and about so everyone
yeah.
knew which table to go to. And then Friday night was the mixer, and that was a ton of fun.
That was a ton of fun. It was a nacho bar, and then they had pizzas just on every table.
It
Um,
was an interesting smorgasbord of food.
it was. What was the cheese debacle like?
Okay, so they had a build your own nacho bar, right? And the layout was wonky to say the least, but it became also was a taco bar because they had some
They
tortillas
did have tortillas, that's right.
and then there was like pulled pork, there was chicken, there was beef, and then there was the chips and the queso cheese to build nachos.
Uh-huh.
But then next to the cheese was a bowl of gumbo.
Yes, that's right, and you got that. I tried a bite
I
of
did.
yours.
I tried it. It wasn't the like good Cajun gumbo that I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be.
Well, we were in New Orleans a couple
It's
months ago, so we aren't going to get that.
Yeah, but expectations were high, okay?
Yes,
Then there's all the fixins that you put on, like, super loaded nachos, you got your onions, your tomatoes, your pico de gallo, your all the
all of it.
fixins, and then a bowl of Parmesan cheese.
Oh, so it was Parmesan cheese. I
I
didn't take
thought
any. I was
I
like,
thought it was cojita, so I put it on mine, and then when I took the first bite, I was like, "That's definitely not cojita cheese, that's definitely Parmesan cheese." So,
"Yes."
of course, he's making fun of me. Yes,
I
fixins.
know.
Fixins, that's what goes on them. Hi, Sue.
Hello, Sue.
Yeah.
Yes, the Parmesan cheese was a little out there. Maybe they set it out for you to get it for your pizza,
Oh, maybe, I never would have thought of that.
or like Jason said, a little Italian
Oh,
flair.
yeah, there you go.
Yes. Hey, what do they call it when you mix, a fusion? It was a
Fusion.
fusion,
Mhm,
okay.
mhm. It was a Mexican, Italian, Cajun fusion
Yes,
bar.
yes.
Yeah, but it was good. It was a little loud.
A little bit loud, but there were so many people talking, there were so many groups to go chat with.
Mhm.
We had actually met, the host of ATO, correct? We'd never
We
met him.
did. Mhm. He's a retired police officer, and now he's running a podcast. I don't remember the gist of it, I'm sorry. I'm terrible at that, but it seemed very interesting.
It did. I think it's about, well, and then he also has that nonprofit that he works for that helps, police officers that either have been injured in the line of duty or if anything happens to, and they will
That's
help out
right,
their
that's right.
family. Yes.
That's right. So it's an interest I wish I would have sat in on their session, but I think their session was the same time ours was,
Yes.
and so I missed out on that. But Lindsay was there. Lindsay, she was wondering about the Parmesan
Yes.
cheese. She was there from Corpus Delecti. If you haven't listened to her podcast, go do it.
Yes, love
Shameless
Corpus
plug.
Delicti.
Yep.
Yes.
Put your link in the chat, Lindsay and Eric and whoever else has shows. Drop them in the
Jason.
chat. Jason, yep. Uh, Lindsay's podcast name is Corpus Delecti, and she does it with her friend. Oh, I'm bad with names. Forgive me. Lindsay will tell you all about it. We need to have them on a live, and
We
then we'll talk
do.
about it.
We do. They're so fun. We chatted for quite a bit about our kiddos.
Yeah. Yes. What else did we do? After that, we kind of Jen. I was gonna say Jen,
I
but
was
then I
get
thought,
yes, because
then I was like,
Jennifer and
no.
Jen were at that table.
Yep. And then I was like, nope, you're gonna ruin it. Don't say it, Whitney.
Yeah, it'll be
But
the complete opposite of Jen.
it'd be like Nancy, and I'd be way wrong.
Yes. We've got Santa Maybe, a
Mhm.
criminal.
Yeah, they were there. Santa was there. I'm so excited for season 2 of Santa Maybe. I'm
I
still
know.
wondering if we are going to be Ricky Buck's favorite,
Podcast ever.
podcast ever, because 'cause that'd be cool if you still
Yeah.
wanted us.
Start writing
And
that in.
and then after we hung out at that bar for a while, we took it all back to the hotel because why not,
Yep.
right?
Yep,
Took
much
it to the
quieter,
hotel
and it
bar.
was, if I remember, it was a little bit warm in the bar, but I
I don't
think
know
just
if it
because
was
there were so
warm.
many people.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if it was because it was warm inside or if it's just that we were so packed together in a small space.
Yes. Yeah. There was, yeah, quite a bit of people. So we took an Uber back to the
Mhm.
hotel bar, hung out there for quite a bit, but we were still in bed again early.
Well, Friday night is where we learned that a Paranormal Chicks has quite the following.
They do.
They were all really nice, but they had an entire section of the bar. They kind of seemed like our people. They had an
They
entire
do.
section of the bar to themselves, and they were having the a blasty blast.
They're so funny. And they are like they follow the paranormal chicks around. Like that is
Mhm.
their thing. They absolutely it's like groupies. We don't have
Squad
groupies.
goals. We don't have squad. Yo, you guys in the chat are our squad.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Yep. And then, I mean, early in bed because
Yep.
Saturday morning showed up bright and early. Ghoulies. Is that what they're
Yes.
called? I wonder if that's really what they're called. Could be.
For a
Apparent.
paranormal
Yeah.
chicks, I would I would think so.
Hi,
That's
Tara.
hello. Yay, Lindsay.
Yay. We will also be your groupie.
Yes, it's like an even exchange of groupiness.
Sound that's an interesting phrase.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Yeah, so Saturday came along and it was a great day, started bright and early. I mean, we were everyone was kinda set up around 9 AM,
Yeah,
and we went on stage at 10:15,
we did the first time.
11:15. 10:15?
Jason, yes, I can be an elf.
Sure. Can you change my voice because I have a very low register?
Yes, I would sound like an elf that smokes, even though I don't, I promise. Oh, that's
Elfies?
what you
Oh,
call
that's cute.
your groupies. Okay.
That's cute. Do elfies take selfies? Oh.
Oh, look at that. He's gonna take that for the podcast.
It's yep. Mhm. Now you need an ad on your show of for like a ring light for the best selfies for the elfies or something. Listen, we'll work something out.
I don't know. Jason's probably one of the wittiest
Most
people I know
Yeah,
and so creative and
he's definitely the most creative person I've ever met.
yeah,
And he's so like quick. He's got the
quick,
quips ready.
quick-witted. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Tara, we went on stage with the search party that we had the honor of going out with. And when we discovered the evidence leading to hopefully what is the remains of Brandon Lawson, we are still waiting on DNA results to come back on that. They told us around 6 months, and we are past that mark. So, literally, every day we wake up, we're hoping for a phone call.
Mhm. Yeah, I know Ladessa, Brandon's wife said there's such a backlog with it, that it could still be a while.
Hmm.
So that was our first time on stage for this event. We had,
Hmm.
I think there was 9 of us total
Hmm. Yep.
up there. We kind of had the opportunity for everyone else to talk about their experience going out there that day, how they got involved with the case. I
Hmm.
absolutely thought it was so cute, um, that Josh, I believe is his name, Josh,
Hmm. Wait,
that
John, you mean John John?
yes,
Yeah.
said that he couldn't go search for another missing person because he felt like he would be cheating on Brandon
Oh,
because
that
he
was
was
John. Yeah.
that was John, yes, that he was just so focused in on this one case, but now he is, definitely doing research and looking into helping other families as well.
Mhm. Yep. Jason Watts absolutely gets our undying respect as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
just
he's
love that man.
he's a human like no other.
Mhm.
I think I said yesterday or someday recently, I said that if there was a definition of advocate in a dictionary, his picture would be there for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, update, I mean, soon. I think we all that were there that day truly believe it's him, but until that DNA
Mhm.
comes back, I mean, I guess it could be something else, someone
I
else,
mean,
because it
it's
is
not
human
out of the
remains.
realm. And it's not out of the realm of possibilities that it could be someone
Yeah,
else. But I think we all know in our hearts and with the other things that we found there that it's Brandon. But
Yeah.
again, we will wait until they get to it. It just unfortunately, because it's a cold case and there's no rush for
Mhm.
it. It's not taking precedence over the other work that they're trying to do. And it's at the one of the largest DNA facilities in the nation, and they're doing the best they can.
Yep.
So,
Yes. So then we had another it was a roundtable the next time, correct?
on
Oh,
Sunday it is.
just
Yeah, we did our
kidding.
live show.
Live show. We did that with Lou.
Mhm.
That was
Sh
I mean,
It was
I love Lou.
emotional.
It was, and Lou typically never cries, but it's always just the 3 of us going through
Mhm.
her story. Um,
She was very brave and sat in front of a
yes.
room full of people and told some of the worst days of her life.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yes. She got a bit choked up, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh, Lou."
Yeah.
That went so quick, though. I don't know. It went by very, very quick.
Yeah. It did. It did. I don't see Jason's comment in here, but it sounds like he's here somewhere.
Yeah,
So
I guess.
oh,
Oh,
there he is. There you go.
just chatting about you, Jason.
Yeah, all good things, all good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, did that. That was towards
Mhm,
the after in the afternoon, we had that, live recording. It was on Spotify.
mhm.
Yeah, we
And we
might
have the recording, so we will
yes.
be sharing it, probably tomorrow out
Yeah.
to the world because I don't know if you guys noticed that on Monday we wrapped up season 3. So we are now moving into season 4. We do have a couple of things that will be coming out in between the 2.
Mhm.
A case we are sharing will be coming out on Monday, but that way we don't want to disappoint our Patreon members. They can get their episode early on Friday, and we will share out the live as a bonus probably later next week so that
Mhm.
everyone can also hear it if you weren't able to listen in live. And yeah, we,
Yes. And then Sunday, it was just a half day, so we kind
mhm,
of it wasn't much going on. A lot of people left after Saturday, I think, since there was only a few sessions Sunday
yes.
morning. We
Mhm,
did get to go into a few awesome ones. I know Eric did one about the women of Juarez,
mhm,
which is insane. Christopher, my husband that is in here, he used to go to Juarez with his friends, just like Eric said, the military or people wanting to drink when they were underage. Good night, Lindsay.
mhm,
Um, they'd go across the border so that they can drink, but he was always adamant, like, "Hey, it's too dangerous. I never want you to go. It's very, very dangerous." I ended up never going, but which I now I'm kind of glad for after hearing what Eric had to say about how dangerous it is there. I
mhm,
am just there
mhm.
needs to be more light shed on this because
Absolutely.
absolutely insane that that
And
much is going on.
the fact that they have a word that they use in that area, femicide, talking about the homicide of women, it's so common that they're using an entire separate word for
I
it.
know. Yeah,
And
it's
that blows my
insane.
mind.
Yes. I completely agree. That was the first time I had ever heard that word. Well, not that weekend, but I'd heard it from Eric
Mhm.
regarding the women there in Juarez, and I am just it's just crazy. It's absolute insane that that happens. And
Yeah.
to that scale.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, to that scale, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women being
Yeah.
murdered.
And girls, I think 10 years old is the
Mhm.
youngest um remains that they found, and it's all like in a close knit area. They just go missing, and police, any authorities there are just kind of like, well, she may have ran away with her boyfriend.
Mhm. Or they still definitely are on the side of what was she doing in her life to cause this?
Exactly.
And there's a lot of victim blaming going on, and there's a lot of cartel activity now. Before
Hmm.
the cartels were as prevalent as they are now, there's a lot of other potentials out there that this could be. Could it be a serial killer? Could it be several people killing in the same manner because they're getting away with it. There's just a lot. It very well could be related to trafficking, Tara. That is something. If you go to True Consequences, and it's called Ni Una Mas, I believe is what he has it titled, The Women
Mhm,
of Juarez. I think he has 3 to 5 episodes. I can't remember how many exactly it is, but he does a very, very deep dive into it.
mhm.
And it's hard to listen to.
It's like local girls as well. A lot
Mhm,
of them there's a lo he was talking about a lot of factory work there, and a lot of the women, they would choose to have women work in the factories because, "Oh, you
mhm,
can pay women less,
mhm.
and they have small hands so that they can do the
A
machines
lot of it
quicker."
wasn't it a lot of, like, textile work too?
Yes, it
So,
was.
you needed small, nimble fingers to kind of work the thread work and things like that. That's why they chose to
Yeah,
provide these jobs to more women. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with it the cost of pay
yes.
as well, though. Mhm.
Yeah,
But Eric
definitely,
does an excellent
but
job.
it's
Mhm,
absolutely crazy. So, we listened in on that one. We
mhm.
listened in to the Julie Murray, Mariah Day,
D
and,
mhm.
Eric. What was theirs titled? I can't even remember.
Refocused is
Yes.
what they called it, and basically, they are all 3 siblings or daughter of
Mhm.
victims of violent crime. Everyone knows Julie Murray's sister, Mara Murray. Well, most people know Julie's sister is Mara Murray, who's been now missing for 18 years. Eric's infant brother was murdered as a baby, and Mariah's mother was murdered by Pam Hupp. That's the whole hoopla around that Dateline show that It's All About Pam. Oh, there's Eric. I'm back. Yay, Eric, we can see that it's you now. Eric does rock.
Yes. So, Tara, it is True Consequences right there.
Mhm.
That is the podcast that we were talking about, so you're able to maybe find it quickly
Yeah.
and
Eric, will you drop your link in the chat for everyone wanting to look into your Women of Juarez set series? That's the word I'm looking for. Series. So they were there and they got to speak on how being a family member affects the way they live.
Mhm. And how these networks or these bigwigs will make these documentaries or docuseries or even completely dramatizations
Mhm,
of this worst day of their life and what it does to them afterwards. They don't get consent. They just go do say whatever they want and millions of people watch it. Satire,
mhm.
yes.
That's the word. Yeah, another
Yes.
word too. And that's another thing about this is these networks are making millions of dollars off of these families' tragedies without their permission, without anything. I mean, I'm sure any so much money is being made. And I'm
So
sure
much.
any of these families, if they were given creative control over what is told so that it's not a bunch of crap being strewn
Hoopla.
out and hoopla, yeah, a lot of nonsense, and it's done with compassion. And as Julie Murray says, engaging with empathy, that's all you have to do is engage with empathy, which I feel like is a very easy thing to do.
Same.
I don't understand why it's so difficult for
I
people
don't
to
either.
do this, but there's better ways to do this. And I do think that the conversations that were had at True Crime Podcast Festival, which makes it so much different than CrimeCon, is people were listening to this information,
Mhm.
they were absorbing it, and you could see their focus shift.
You can. You can see it in their brains. They were like, "Hey, yes, I am a true crime content
Consumer.
consumer, but I can be more. I can do it with ethics. I can do it with empathy." Um, yeah, I definitely think there's going to be a push for change. And well, there already has been a push, and I think it's going to
Mhm.
continue on.
Oh. Hi, Allison.
Yes, hey
You
Allison.
missed out. We missed you. I wish you could
I
have been there,
know.
but you were teaching America's youth, so we understand. Action-based advocacy, absolutely. Mora's case is one of the hardest cases to follow. There's been a lot of wrong information spread,
Yes.
a lot of speculation, and that hurts an investigation. And Julie is doing amazing things by advocating for her sister. I'm so honored that she was willing to come down and speak. She The way she commands the attention of a room is amazing.
I know, I know. She's so fierce, but then just, like, humbling all at the same time. You
Mhm,
like, you just wanna hang out with her,
mhm.
but yeah, she gets stuff done.
Bob Mata in the house
Yes, we got to hang out with Bob quite a bit.
quite a bit. We will be hanging out with him more next month.
We will.
Bob has decided to join us along with Eric on tour. If you are in Texas, near Texas, want to come to Texas, end of September, we are doing 4 live shows.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We are.
Oh, we haven't even
Uh,
got to here yet. We haven't even talked about this yet.
oh, yeah, we haven't even yes, so we'll just segue right into that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks, Eric.
Yes. So, I think the one that we prepped the most for because we were gonna have to be doing all of the talking was our round table. It was, titled Action Oriented Advocacy.
Advocacy in action, but close.
Oh, my bad.
We totally prepped for this. Did you guys tell?
These lives, we never prep.
No,
Literally
for our round table.
oh, we did prep for
Yeah,
that way more than we ever did on any of the other ones.
it's very true. This is very true.
What did I call it?
Advocacy and action, but it's action or no,
Oh,
you called it action and advocacy, but it's the other way around.
okay,
It
because
doesn't matter.
I just read that from Eric, and I'm like, "Was that what it was called?" Okay,
Yeah.
just kidding. Anyways, it was amazing. What we did was give, all of our people that were joining the session 9 ways that they could actually put advocacy to action right there in the room before they left.
Mhm. We tried to stay local to the area. So, of course, we shared some flyers on a case that we have covered that our good friend Jason Watts is a big part of advocating for. It is a missing person out of Burleson. It's the Samantha Tapp case. We shared flyers for people to physically go out and hand out. We wanted them to be a part of that. We also shared a petition for missing and murdered Indigenous women and relatives. We That's a something that we really want to push because they need
Mhm.
it and they deserve it. They need more awareness brought to that. So it's a petition for that. What else did we have? We shared the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Yes. It just that has the most updated information when a child does
Mhm,
go missing and if they were found, so we're always wanting to be yes, it's great to share something, but you also wanna make sure it's accurate and up to date, so if a child is found, you want to go back and then give an update on that, case or that
mhm.
situation.
We
D
Go
DNA
ahead.
Doe Project, which has
Mhm,
been doing amazing things for those
mhm.
unidentified John and Jane Does.
Yep. We actually reached out to someone we made a connection with at CrimeCon. Her name is Karen, and she's one of the main contacts there at DNA Doe Project. And she sent us some amazing information. We encouraged everyone that has had. Oh, Ladessa's here. I'm so glad that Ladessa got to come and speak.
Yes.
She was great and amazing. But the DNA Doe Project, they're doing some pretty incredible things out there.
Yeah, so we talked briefly about oh, Amazon Smile, how you
Mhm.
can just buy your normal stuff that you do on Amazon, but a portion of the purchases that you make, the what
The
do I call it?
profits
The profits.
Mhm. Instead of sending money to Jeff Bezos, you can send money to a nonprofit if you shop through smile.amazon.com, or you can go on your app through the settings and you can pick DNA Doe Project. I've recently been giving to the Private Investigations for the Missing. There's lots of different organizations that you can help and not change anything that you don't already do.
Yes, your normal Amazon shopping habits.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, some of us spend a little too much money there.
I'm gonna hold on to the statement that I made that I'm pretty sure I personally keep Jeff Bezos's yacht afloat.
Yes.
It's just too dang convenient.
It's so convenient, and I don't want to love it, but I do.
Mhm.
Oh,
See,
goodness.
Sue feels me. She's probably just as bad
Yes.
as I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about
Texas EquuSearch because
yes.
that's local to the area. That's something that I see regularly in a lot of reports down here. They are an amazing organization that came from something terrible. I mean, the founder's daughter was murdered.
Yeah, they do awesome things for, families of missing
Mhm.
people.
Their slogan is "Lost but not alone."
I just love that. It kind of gives me chills
Every time.
every
Every
time.
time.
Mm,
Mhm. Yeah. What else did we put on there? I feel like we're missing something. I've lost count.
I know. Uh, of course, you can
Eric is gonna make me cry.
Thank you, Eric, but you are inspiring.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So, yeah, I feel like it was a great
it
conversation.
was.
Dr. Scott brought up some excellent points about perhaps there needs to be a survivors network and all of these, or even some sort of tips of where do you start when something terrible uproots your entire life? Where do you go? No, there's no manual for this.
Yes. And Ledessa brought it up while she was speaking on
Mhm,
stage, was just like, "Hey, she was a young 25-year-old mother when Brandon went missing. How would you have a clue on what to do, what you're allowed to do, what the police should be doing? You just be like, "Okay, like, you're the professionals." That's what
mhm,
I would think. If I wasn't in this space that I'm in,
mhm.
I would totally just trust the police.
Yep.
And
I
that's not always sometimes you
the
can't,
answer.
sometimes you have to do it on your own,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Yep. And so I think the overall, if I were to encompass the entire True Crime Podcast Festival, I it from last year to this year, I mean, it was amazing. The networking, talking to listeners, meeting people we had never met before in the podcast space, on top of meeting listeners that have never found us before. Ignore the puppy barking in the background. She's kind of a brat. um Just, there's it was just such a great weekend.
It really, really was. Yes, I agree. I don't have any other words besides it was phenomenal. Lainey did an
Mhm,
amazing job,
mhm,
with
100%.
everything.
I cannot wait until next year. I'm counting down the days till next October already, or October, August, just kidding, October, that's way too late. August, is gonna be here in Austin. I can't wait to show all of my podcast people. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have
Yes,
a ton of fun.
it's gonna be a good time, and we don't have to drive.
And
I just have to fly to you, but that's just normal, so
that's a normal flight.
that's a normal flight, yes. So, very
Yeah,
good time.
yeah. We How did it only take us 34 minutes to talk
I'm
about
not
this
quite
weekend?
sure.
I think
I'm
we
not
missed
quite
out
sure.
on a lot of high points from the weekend,
I know, I'm trying
but
to think of anything else that happened, but that's basically
I mean,
it.
a lot of stuff happened, but a lot of things we may not wanna share.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh, the girls from Uncovered were there,
yep, they
so
were, we
we
got to meet
got
up with them.
yes, got to
I
stay with
think that's
and chat with them for a while.
yep, that's the first time we were able to meet Lexi in person and Mackenzie
No, we met Mackenzie in Indiana.
in Indiana. Yeah, that's right, we met in Mackenzie in Indiana when we were up there.
Lexi, that was the first
Mhm.
time.
Lexi, well, I've met her virtually, so that was the first time in person, and we did get to meet, Andrea at CrimeCon.
Yes.
So,
And Whitney's mom was there, and she
my
was
mom was
hilarious.
there. Yes. She was there. My mom met every podcast person
She
and
did.
every listener and every Bell person, and probably every bartender, made sure that they knew who we were because she is our biggest hype girl of them all.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, Jason met her. Eric loves her. I mean, my mom is the greatest, guys.
Yes. Whitney's whole pretty much her whole family
My
was
whole
there.
family.
It
Yep.
was it was awesome. They supported you so nice. Like, they were
I
just
will
like,
say, yeah.
"Okay." Yeah,
Now, not just my mom is the best, but I also have an amazing sister, an amazing aunt, an amazing cousin. They were all there hyping us up,
they
doing all
were
kinds of crazy activities.
asking for our autographs. Your
Yes.
cousin may or
Who
may
you
not have
still owe me
stole
$10.
your cousin may have acquired a plant at some point in the
She
weekend.
did. Mhm. She did, decide to propagate her own plant from the
Yeah.
hotel lobby, so I hope we don't get a charge on that
No,
later. They probably won't know.
they won't know. I told her to label it with this particular hotel, so if she does it at other ones, you can see which hotel has the best plants. No, not mistletoe, Jason.
Nope, nope. Some sort of ivy of some sort.
Yeah,
Mm,
that would
yeah.
be all up your alley, though, if there was.
Isn't
Oh,
mistletoe poisonous for trees? I thought it was like, doesn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it kills trees. It's like a
yeah,
fungus.
yeah. But
Why do we kiss under
we're
funguses?
not trying to raid on your parade, though, Jason.
She should start a Facebook group about hotel plants. Chris
Yeah.
would know about starting Facebook groups.
Yes.
He's an expert at
He
Facebook groups.
loves Facebook groups. Well, he just loves businesses in general.
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
He has so many side hustles.
that's okay. That's what
Yeah,
supports us ish
I
sometimes.
know. It does. It does.
Intercontinental ballistic. Oh,
Is that
that
the
sounds scary.
scientific name?
I don't know. I just don't know where he comes up with it. I wish I had half of his
I
creativity.
know because I couldn't. I couldn't.
Telling you.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Literally everything is
You
on
can
point.
relate it back to Christmas. It's
Mhm.
nuts.
Yeah,
That's
so
nuts.
let's talk about what's coming up next. Next,
Okay.
we have season 4 starts in a
We
couple weeks.
do. We
We're
do.
back at the beginning, rolling back around to
Alabama.
Alabama. We are
Yep.
sticking with unsolved cases.
Mhm.
We are doing our Merlot files coming out at the end of September. It is
We
a case out of, do we want to go ahead and tell people?
yes. Tell
Okay.
our people that these are our groupies. We can tell them.
Our ghoulies.
Our ghoulies.
We are doing a case based out of Florida because why not?
Yes.
It's out of Orlando, I believe, is where the main situation
Yeah,
happens.
right outside of Orlando. It's Laura Lee Spear.
Laura Lee, this is funny.
Oh my gosh, we do. We literally all the time say the same things.
We spent an entire week together going into True Crime Podcast Festival. It was amazing because this was the longest we had ever been apart physically, and so we got to spend an entire week together. Absolute best time of my life. And we got to the point where we were literally finishing each other's sentences. We were saying the same thing at the same point. We're texting each other random questions, but they're the same question that has nothing to do with the other conversation that we are having.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
crazy.
strange.
It's like we're twins, but not.
Same brain situation. It's very we've got telepathy or something
We
going on
do.
right
We've got
now,
something.
but I'm
It
gonna take
works
it.
amazing though.
It does. It does. We're on the same page about everything
We
right now,
really
so it's
are.
great. So it's great.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't so Florida, we got that coming out into September. Before that's the tour. Let's talk tour.
Oh,
Thursday
yes.
night. Thursday night, it'll be Eric. It'll be Lainey from True Crime Fan Club Podcast and True Crime Podcast Festival. We have Vincent Strange from Gone Cold with us at Winehouse in Fort Worth. That's
Mine
Thursday
house.
night, September 23rd. I almost said 29th, and that's wrong.
Mm.
23rd. So that's going to be fun. Tickets, all the tickets are on Eventbrite if you are going to come to any of them. Friday night, we will be at, what's it called?
And that's on
Oh,
the 22nd. Thursday is the 22nd.
in September? Because I wrote the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Yep, you're right. 22nd. And they will all be 7 to 9 except the Sunday show. Thanks, Eric, for pointing that out. Friday, we are at times 10
Yep,
sellers mhm, in
sellers, yes,
Dallas,
in Dallas.
which we have somehow managed to shift from all breweries in Colorado to all wineries in Texas, which is a very interesting shift since people, I mean, you don't really talk about like Texas wine a lot, except if you're in Fredericksburg.
Yes, yeah, but it's fine. We like I mean, there's things to drink at both, so
Mhm.
it works. It
Yeah.
works.
Bye,
Bye,
Jason.
Jason.
Yes. So we're moving on to wineries this this tour.
Yep.
And Dallas is Friday night. Saturday, we are coming to Austin. Jeff won't be there, so wineries. Yep, basically. Unfortunately, my husband's gonna stay home with the kids so that we can go have fun. Went Saturday night, Wanderlust, East
Mhm.
Side location. There's 2 locations in Austin, so make sure you go to the right one. East Side, Wanderlust, which I'm super
Who's gonna
stoked
be
for.
there?
There will be me and you,
Yes.
obviously, Eric,
Eric,
Bob.
Bob, and that's
Oh,
it.
Bob, I forgot to say who's in for clearly,
Yeah.
I am not doing a good job at this.
I'm not
I'm
on
being
tonight either.
fired.
I'm a little
I'm being
behind.
fired. Friday, we're going back to Dallas, guys. Just come along with this
Just
me on this journey,
roll with us.
This is part of it. Thursday in Dallas, times 10 celery, 7 to 9 p.m. We are doing it with Lainey, Eric, and
Mhm.
us. Lots of fun. Is Bob? Oh, and Bob. Bob's going to come to Dallas, I think.
I
Right?
think he said he was gonna go 3 to 3. Obviously, we need a planning meeting, guys.
He's listen. He hasn't sent me his headshot yet. So when he does that, Bob, then I will get you on the schedule. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
Bob Dallas.
Bob Dallas. Got it. Bob's going to be in Dallas with us, Lainey, Eric. Then we're going to Austin. Road tripping down to Austin. Wanderlust. Bob, Eric, and us.
Yes.
Now I'm all confused.
No
And then
Laney at that one.
no Lainey at that one. Unfortunately, she's got to stay at home with her baby because it's the cutest baby ever. Then we're loading up and headed to Houston for a brunch because 3 isn't enough. We had to get that 4th show in there and gotta love brunch, right?
And Whitney's a little
Excuse
sippy.
me. I'm not. I just got this weird tickle in my throat.
Oh, okay.
So brunch is at Sable Gate. Sable Gate?
Winery, I think.
Is it Sable Gate, Eric? I think
Nod,
so.
Eric.
Yes. Shake your head. Give a high five. Sable Gate Winery, noon in Houston.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have to turn down a little bit in Austin so that we can
We
make
are.
it to Houston by noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's sad is that Wanderlust is where you go and you pay with a card. It's like Taps on Main. If anyone's ever been to a Taps on Main, you take a card and you swipe it and you pay per ounce and you can try like 60 something different wines. There's an entire wall
Ooh,
of wines. So I
I
feel like we're going to
cannot
get in
wait.
trouble. We might have to go early in the day, hit it hard, hit the wall hard, and then just hope we can make a show out of it. Might have to be what we do.
I don't know about that.
I Yeah, we'll see. But
Yeah.
that's in September. All tickets are for sale on Eventbrite. And then after that, we are headed to do our quarter 4 Merlot files traveling for it.
Mhm.
We'll be headed to Indiana.
Yes.
So be looking for a case there and somewhere in the entire Indiana state. We're
We
not going to
don't
tell
know
you where
yet.
yet. Yep. Because we
Oh,
don't
we
know
were
yet.
gonna go with, "Hey, we won't tell you yet." Not
Yeah.
that we don't know yet.
Just trying to build some suspense
Sorry,
here.
sorry.
It's fine. And after that, that's really it for the year. We'll be carrying through season 4. And I think Indiana's going to be our last travel podcast wise.
I was like, podcast-wise, because we might
We're
go
spending
somewhere.
Christmas together,
We are gonna spend Christmas
but
together.
Chris, you're coming. So get over
He
it.
he said yes. He's
Okay.
insane. I don't know why he even said, "Oh, I don't know," right at first, and I'm like, "What? I'll ask you in a day, and you'll forget you said maybe not." Bye,
Yeah.
Allison.
Bye, Allison. Yep. And that's really the rest of our year, which seems like it's
It's
gonna
going
go
to
so fast.
it's gonna go so fast, so fast. It was the summer that felt like it kind of
Probably because it was a million
lingered.
degrees.
Yes, and we didn't see each other, and we didn't go
Mhm.
anywhere, we just kinda were home with the
Mhm.
kids, which is amazing,
Yeah,
but
it is. It is. It's great to be afforded that opportunity to stay home with your
yeah,
kids, but also between 4 boys total, sometimes you just need a break.
yes.
We did go a lot
Oh,
of
you
places,
guys did
though.
come to Florida.
We did.
We
You
didn't go
came to
anywhere.
Texas.
Did I come to Texas?
You flew to Texas and drove with me to Florida.
Oh, that's right, yes, that was like a vacation. That was me helping out.
Yes.
Yes,
L
literally
literally
multiple states.
multiple states. Yep, we did.
And you guys went to Michigan this year too. Well, that's is it technically last year?
It was
Since it
technically
was
last year.
okay. I drove yes, Jeff totally did.
Jeff did drive to Michigan and back, and then flew to Florida, like, 2 days later, and then drove back from Florida to Texas. So Jeff has literally been all over this country this
He
year,
really has. Really,
and I
oh,
did go to Philadelphia, so I have been a lot of places, and St.
and
Louis.
St. Louis.
I went a lot of places this summer. My amnesia has kicked in,
Oh, I know.
apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny, too funny.
Yeah. Well, do we wanna give a brief synopsis of what's coming in between season 3 and season 4?
Oh, yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
A little hint at it. A
Yeah, you
couple.
go.
Oh, yay. Okay. So we had a listener reach out to us earlier this year, and she was dealing with a sexual assault case, and she kind of just wanted some advice. She wanted to get it out there. She didn't want what happened to her to happen to anyone else.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't even know really how this all transpired, but sometimes things just transpire with us.
Yes. I don't really remember how it all started
I don't,
either.
yeah.
I know she reached out to us and we responded, and then it just kind of turned into a conversation,
Uh-huh.
and I don't even know from there.
Yeah. Yes, and so she kind of she I think it started with her just, telling us how she appreciated the show, it really helped
Mhm.
get her mind off things, and then she started telling us about, like, what happened to her, um, and that she really wanted to get the word out about, like, this is happening all too often, and nothing is being done, and I believe her case was still under investigation at that point.
Mhm. I believe so.
Not to give too much away, but it's essentially her story about what happened
Mhm.
and her fight for justice that really has never happened.
Mhm. Or lack thereof.
Yeah, there was not
Mhm.
much ever. So we kind of wanted to give her a platform to talk about it, and to invite other people that had been through this same trauma that she had. And yeah,
Yeah. We're not quite sure how long it's going to be yet, 2, maybe 3 episodes,
yeah,
and just a little, I don't wanna call it a palate cleanser because it absolutely will not be
no,
one. It's a horrid story. It is very, very rough to listen to her
yes.
speak about her experience, and it's just a little break in between season 3 and season 4 without us actually going anywhere. We are going to start right into season 4 after she is able to tell her story.
Mhm.
And that's really it.
That's really it. We'll probably leave it at this. We're 10 minutes early today. We're a little
Sorry, guys.
yeah.
We hope you had fun hanging out with us
We do.
with our
Yes.
True Crime Podcast Festival debriefing.
Yes.
I'm sure more will come out about it, about all the
Yes.
fun and all the stories. I'm sure
Yes.
we'll share them a lot over the coming months. We will have the Spotify Live out later or tomorrow for our Patreon people, next week, later next week for you guys to hear.
Yeah.
And other than that, have a good night, guys.
Bye.